Crown Prince Moulay Hassan is on track to inheriting the throne of Morocco and becoming one of the richest royals alive. Only 20 years old, the young prince has been groomed to be king, has made his debut as a royal to look out for on the world stage, and has lived a pretty lavish life in the process. But beneath the calm exterior of Morocco, some fear a storm is brewing. There are whispers asking if Prince Moulay Hassan is ready to be king, and some even questioning if perhaps there is another better suited for the #1 job. And with rumors that his father, King Mohammed's health is deteriorating, people are worried about what would come if Prince Hassan ascended to the throne today. So who is Prince Hassan? Is he ready to be king? Why are some Moroccans fearful of his eventual role? And could he be inheriting the throne a lot sooner than we all think? Prince Hassan, though young, is an internationally acclaimed royal known for his diplomatic and self-assured demeanor. From as young as 12, he has accompanied his father, the king, to events on diplomatic missions. And when he was still a young teenage prince, Hassan began representing his country on his own. In 2018, Prince Moulay Hassan stepped out to represent his father and country on his own, and he dazzled the world. Young Hassan, who was only 15 years old at the time, attended the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Poland. Representing his country, he delivered a speech in Arabic, calling for more urgent action to combat climate change. The speech was widely praised for its passion and clarity, and it showcased his growing confidence and public speaking abilities. But his speech in and of itself was not his only triumph. Prince Hassan had given the world a glimpse of Morocco's future. The crown prince was no longer seen only as the son of a ruling royal. He had established himself, in the eyes of the world, as a future king to be respected and admired. Since then, Moulay has increasingly taken up royal duties and responsibilities and regularly attends events and diplomatic missions on behalf of his family and the king. Like his father, Prince Hassan has shown great interest in promoting economic and social development in the country. And there are those behind the scenes and within the royal walls who are going to great lengths to portray the young prince as progressive and a man of the people. Things as little as the prince's dislike of having his hand kissed in the line of duty has been spun to signify his humility and to show that he truly is the prince and will one day be the king of the people. So how can a prince who seems so well suited for the crown and who is loved both nationally and internationally have those who are against his future rule, or at least in fear of it? You see, there are rumors circulating throughout the country and the world that paint a very different, and to some, very worrying, picture of the future ruler of Morocco. While publicly the crown prince presents himself as calm and confident, a young man who is wealthy but humble, behind the scenes, Hassan has developed a reputation for having a pretty fiery temper, especially with those below him. In 2017, a video surfaced showing Prince Hassan berating a bodyguard for opening the king's car door too slowly. And in 2019, it was rumored that the crown prince was so enraged by a less-than-perfect road in Skarat, Morocco, that the governor had to immediately launch a public works campaign in fear that he might be sanctioned. In yet another incident, it is rumored that the prince severely chastised a rider during a horseback riding lesson because they did not properly stress the second syllable of the word master when addressing him. Those in support of the prince attribute his fiery tantrum to his young age and are convinced that his temper will settle down as his responsibilities settle in and increase. Others point to the fact that royals are under such an incredible amount of scrutiny that it is next to impossible for a royal to never have an unbecoming moment. And indeed, having been thrust onto the world stage with an increasing mountain of responsibility, one can empathize with Prince Hassan and the strain that he must be under. Others, however, are not so convinced that the prince's temper will be outgrown. There are some that fear that Prince Hassan will be a ruler who is quick to anger and unforgiving to those who anger him. And there are those who feel that the prince may not have the time to outgrow his temper before it's time to take the throne. But what is fueling this urgency for the prince to mature and prepare for his kingship at such a young age? Well, according to sources, the prince's father, King Mohammed's health has been deteriorating rapidly, and there are rumors that those close to the royals have already begun making plans for an efficient handover. King Mohammed's health has been a cause for concern to Moroccans for years, although exact details about his medical condition are not known due to the very private nature of the royal family and the very strong influence they have over the Moroccan media. We do know that, like his father, King Mohammed has had heart-related complications, and in 2018 had to have a heart operation in Paris. He has also been known to suffer from a recurring eye condition, which has required medical attention in the past. This, coupled with the sovereign's apparent increased weakness at the few public events he has attended recently, have further fueled fears of his likely demise and have shown an even brighter light of scrutiny on the young Prince Hassan. And when the king does eventually pass away, Prince Hassan won't only be taking over a country, he will become one of the richest royals alive. Already, Crown Prince Moulay Hassan is known as the richest prince in the world, and with a net worth of over $1.5 billion and an extra estimated $8 billion which he will inherit when he becomes king, it's easy to see why. The young royal's family owns multiple palaces across Morocco and the world, including an €80 million palace in the heart of Paris, and have a fleet of planes at their disposal. And with all that wealth, it's pretty clear to see that Prince Hassan has and always has had a pretty exclusive life. The prince schooled at the Royal College, a school that was built inside the royal palace at Rabat and only opens a class when a senior royal begins their education. And when not in school, was and is still known to travel the world for both work and leisure. And when he travels in style. The Crown Prince, who is known to have taken an interest in aviation, travels in one of the world's most powerful and expensive VIP jets available, the Gulfstream G650 jet worth over $67 million. It seats 8 passengers and has a $20 million Israeli J-Music missile defense system. When the young prince is traveling for leisure, the prince can be found in one of the family's many homes around the world, or aboard some of the most exclusive yachts. In September 2019, Hassan, along with his mother and younger sister, rented a luxury yacht worth $596,000 a week for a short holiday. So with the weight of maintaining the family's wealth as well as running a country, you can understand why many are worried that the 20-year-old may not be able to carry out such a heavy burden. So will Prince Hassan let go of his anger and put his duty above his emotions? Will we see him take on more and more responsibility as his rule inches closer? Will he live up to the hopes and dreams of his father and country as king? Or will there be another who may take his place as the next ruler of Morocco? His uncle, Prince Rashid, perhaps?